startet jetzt mal. Wenn es die Helligkeit noch ein bisschen ändern muss, einfach bei dem Radl drehen.
Boah, das ist alles ein bisschen. Ah, da, ja.
Nur nach links und rechts.
Mhm.
Akku ist da.
Du, was ich noch fragen wollte, wenn ein Film läuft oder ein Trailer, soll ich da die ganzen Leinwände drauf da?
Hast du nicht drauf.
Nicht?
Einen Teil kannst du drauf haben.
Ja. Also ich habe es jetzt gerade eingestellt.
Hättest du mal Interesse an der Kamera zu reisen? Grundsätzlich nein. Was ist das? Aus dem Schrank oder? Vor allem wie cool, da kann man gleich in die Propagandaschiene. Die war nicht groß. Schon sehr faszinierend. Großartig. Na, es ist faszinierend, großartig, anstrengend, reizend, Schlaglöcher, das Auto, Unterkunft steht und so. Also nach so einem Hintergrund. Was da oben und da auf die sogenannten Autobahnen los.
Servus, hallo, hallo. Ja, hallo, wir kennen uns ja schon.
Zum Ende
Wir sind schon live, gell?
Ist das da?
Oh, weiß noch nicht. Also hast du den Link oder bist du auf der Seite?
Ich bin auf der Seite auf YouTube rausgemacht.
Okay. Sollte normal eigentlich live sein.
Okay, dann starten wir mal. Ja, doch.
Was?
Wir sind live.
Jetzt mal die Kopfhörer auf, ob du dann was hörst. Jetzt weiß man nichts hören. Nur wenn jemand was ins Mikro sagt. Dann hast du schon was.
Ich glaube, die Mikros sind aus.
Ja. Gib mir noch kurz ein Zeichen, wenn du was hörst. Solltest du nichts hören, zeig dir noch einen Steck raus, aber dann ist das interne Mikro. Weil jetzt geht das in die Anlage rein.
Okay. Uns hört man nicht so.
Ha?
So hört man uns nicht. Ja?
Nein.
Okay, so.
Weil das da, das ist quasi das, nicht das und das. Ja, gut. So wird startklar.
Also, alle Flugplätze dort oder
Ist es okay, wenn ich
Ja,
das
klar.
Okay. Nicht, dass Sie dazu.
Noch nicht, noch nicht. Ist der Schemel gezogen vom Leib? Das ist sehr gut.
Okay, if we can quietly and quickly take a seat. Thank you. Okay, are we playing the trailer? Okay. So we are celebrating another award ceremony of the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival, and it is my pleasure to have on stage some special guests to open up the event and kick off this conclusive event of our 21st edition. So I would like to have here by my side Uschi Schwarzel, the City Councillor of the City of Innsbruck. A round of applause, please. Welcome. Oh, it's already on. No, the other one? Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
My English is not very good, so I have to give me a line. Dear guests, 41 movies from 25 countries on 4 continents, 9 award winners, chosen by an 18-headed jury that was International Nature Festival 2022. Workshops, guided nature tours, and a permanent exhibition that was also HNF 2022. Johannes Kostenzer, Thilo Bohac, where is he? Here he is. And their hard-working team of helpers and supporters, that is HNF. It all started 20 years ago, called Innsbrucker Naturfilmtage. And such as nature is changing continuously, so did and does this wonderful festival. The Nature Film Days became Innsbruck Nature Film Festival, then Innsbruck Nature Festival, and finally International Nature Festival. And our festival became a well-known star in Innsbruck's festival sky. Somehow that's an obvious choice, because what would be more natural than focusing on nature in a city that unifies urban landscape and urban life. Bringing Innsbruck and nature together is not only an obvious choice because of our urban and urban lifestyle. Innsbruck is also more influenced and harmed by global heating. While the world became 1 degree hotter in the last 50 years, Innsbruck became more than 2 degrees hotter. That's why protecting our nature and our climate is not only necessary from a global point of view, but also an act of self-defense for our region. Art, and especially movies, are partners of our public policy on climate. They help raise awareness, provide important information, and open new perspectives on the issue. A broad approach and broad acceptance is necessary for our climate policies to become effective. As responsible for environment and culture at the same time, I say thank you for everybody in the organizing team, and thank you to the artists who made these festivals possible. It's a pleasure to have you here, and it's a pleasure to have you here. I bring the best greetings of our major, and I hope we'll see you in the next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And next up, I would like to call the Vice Principal of the Innsbruck University, Dr. Ulrich Panzer. Nice round of applause. Welcome. I think it's been switched off involuntarily. Let's try that.
Good evening, dear guests. I would like to say hello. We have here a very prominent university, 353 years old. And this university has about 5,000 people working there and nearly 30,000 students studying there. And we have, of course, quite a lot of subjects that are dealing with nature, with the alpine space, And of course, we are very proud of them. They are not only excellent researchers, but also very fond of being, so to say, in the third mission. And this is a brilliant idea, being here together with a natural film festival, being, so to say, having a stage for the university research work as well. And I would like to mention Michael Traugott. He is the speaker of one of our research centers, Berglandwirtschaft. So to say, we have, how do you call it in English? Bergland? Okay, Mountain Agriculture Research Unit. And of course, this is also important because you've seen an exhibition on the Tiroler Genbank, 100 years of Tyrolean gene bank. And Michael Traugott can tell you then afterwards more in detail what it is all about. But we are very proud having a conference on this gene bank, and of course that we can also be part of this festival, because the seeds that are shown there are very old, and of course can be tested in one of our locations in Imst. We have a farming house there as well for our students, where they can test the seeds and where they can see how is everything growing. So I'm really looking forward to this evening, and thank you a lot for the cooperation. It's very nice being here, and I would like to wish you a very nice evening.
Thank you. We're very lucky to have you here in this part of the festival. Okay, before we continue, we have to make, I have to make a big thank you to the entire team. And tonight I will say the names of the team members: Agatha, Andrea, Sastri, Birgit, Dani, Johannes Kostenser, and Johannes Munch, Julia, Katia, Lisa, Martina, Marvin, Nina, Patricia, and Tilo. So a round of applause for them. Here is the team. Thank you very much also to the volunteers: Alma, Angie, Mark, Michael, Tarek, Teresa, and Victoria. And also a clap for them. Thank you very much for all your hard work. And of course, thank you to the sponsors, because obviously festivals need sponsors, and we have some very prestigious ones, as you can see. And I would also add, on a personal note, and also on behalf of the festival, a thank you to the wonderful team of the Innsbruck Tourism Board: Barbara, Julia, Colette, Elizabeth, and Monica. And thanks to them, we managed to organize a magnificent tour of Innsbruck to inspire the verse of the person who is about to join me here on stage. Drum rolls. Those of you who came to opening night will recall we had a very special wordsmith who came all the way from Great Britain, who became worldwide famous for his very inspiring poem, The Great Realization. And by the way, he is also a filmmaker whose first film was at Raindance in 2019. He's still working on other projects, and who knows, maybe one day he's going to bring one of his films here. So, you might have been following the poetic enterprises on his channels of this contemporary Dylan Thomas. And tonight, he will delight all of us devoted Fooligans or Foolie fans with a special treat that homages Innsbruck. Be prepared for a chimerical stream of consciousness about the city we love so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, with a round of applause, Tom Foolery.
I wish Chiara came with me everywhere I go. That would be lovely. Thank you all. I'm slightly overcome by emotion. As those of you that were at the opening ceremony learned, I'm a Welsh boy, and us Welsh are known for feeling and showing our emotions. And I've been treated with such kindness and generosity throughout my time in Innsbruck. I'm so happy to have been included in the film festival as a judge of the short docs and animated shorts, and also to be taken around by the tourism board to really get a look at your beautiful city that I knew so little about just 4 days ago. I have attempted as best as I am able to put my experience into some words. And I received positive feedback on the first day that I should speak more slowly. So I will try. There is a term we have in filmmaking, said after the clapperboard's last clap. When cut is called, you turn to colleagues and dare to utter, that's a wrap. Our lives are made up of experiences. Some can be challenging, others fun. But all too often, before you've had a chance to blink, the time has passed and it's all done. So I traveled off to Austria to an unknown place I'd never been. With just a camera bag and notebook, we came to capture our film scenes. Let me share the movie I call Innsbruck, of a gorgeous city in the mountains. You might pass a roof ablaze with golden tiles or stop to sip freshwater fountains. But then perhaps you search out shiny things, the ones that glisten soft and bright, cut such to crystallize before your eyes, perfection twinkling in the light. Maybe it's history that you're after. If so, there's much to be unearthed. An afternoon at Ambras Castle, a rendezvous with the Habsburgs. An ancient tower's winding staircase, a line of statues, proud and bronze. The palace rooms of precious paintings, the ballrooms begging you to waltz. You can try a schnitzel or almdudler as gorgeous music fills your ears before your tour round a bell foundry that's been passed down 400 years. Or perhaps you'll glide up in a cable car with sights and scapes you won't forget to reach your vantage point victorious aloft your peak on the Nordkette. So if that's a wrap on my time in Innsbruck, a place of nature, films, new friends, I'll head back home with great nostalgia and the knowledge that even the best of things must end. Though in the carousel of my memories made from all corners of the map, I will always be grateful for this adventure. So I thank you, Innsbruck. That's a wrap.
Spectacular. Thank you for another stupendous performance and your wondrous depiction of our beloved Innsbruck. And thank you also to Cameron Carnduff, who has captured with his magical lens the beauties of this town. We all look forward to seeing your video poem about Innsbruck. And now, before we announce the winners, I would like to call on stage our amazing jury who watched the films, discussed them, and decided who deserved to get the prizes. So if you can come, if you belong to the jury, and I will start saying your name so we can celebrate your contribution to this year's festival. So Benedikt Nardoslavski, Lisa Eder, Johannes Kostenser, Diana Garlicka, Juliette Gramaglia, Wolfgang Knöpfler, Ruus van der Veer, pardon me, Birgit Grossman, Lia Furksi, Tom Fulry, Thomas Perham, Herbert Insam, Judith Asher-Jenul, Maria Gomez-Brandon, Andreas Baumgarten, and Christine Berger. So if you can all come on stage for a photo for our... Are you all here? I think there's someone missing. I can see him coming now. So we can take a photo. Okay.
He's in Vienna, in the middle. We have a group presentation.
Okay, lovely. Thank you so much.
Can I tell you something? Just
Yes,
a short
please.
line.
Yes.
I think we have to mention our new Shakespeare from the festival.
Yes, I called him Dylan Thomas because he's Welsh. Dylan Thomas is Welsh, so that's why. Yeah, indeed.
It's a drink.
Heavy stuff. Thank you so much, Jury, for your hard work. Thank you very, very much. Not yet. Just not yet. Okay, now we can begin with the prize giving. We are beginning with the award for the best short film, and I would like here by my side the jury member Wolfgang Knöpfler. Let's welcome him with a warm clap. Welcome, Wolfgang. I know that before announcing the actual winner, the jury had an honorable mention, right? So please go ahead, just like at the Oscars. You have the envelope.
Award for the best short film, honorable mention, best short film.
And here we go. And we go with the statement.
This documentary touched our spirits. In this world, there are people who live totally different lives to ours. And the filmmakers provided us with a gorgeous character study of a friendship between a woman and her friend. The filmmaking is well-paced, sensitive, and shows the beauty of this friendship, rather than making it seem odd or uncouth. We loved that the director kept us guessing about who Björk was going to meet for a good amount of time before revealing JJ's identity. If more films would celebrate the great diversity of human characters and shine a light on the love for nature and animals, then the world would be much brighter. For this reason, we wanted to give Lovebirds an honorable mention at this year's award.
And the honorable mention goes to Lovebirds. This story about an extraordinary relationship. Okay, now we're ready for the actual award, right?
And the winner is?
Oh, here we are. This is the honorable mention. Now we go on with the winner of your category.
Okay.
Because we've announced the honorable mention.
Okay.
And now we continue with another statement of yours. So, oh, please. This is my job, to open envelopes. Okay, please, let's go with the statement for the best short film.
And the winner is directed by, we thought this film was very intriguing, with powerful cinematography, exquisite drone and landscape shots combined with personal close-ups. We appreciated the documentary's journalistic style and the weight of the subject matter. The first time that we zoom out and realize where our protagonist lives in relation to the mine is overwhelming and very well executed. We found it connects to the times we live in and illustrates the stark contrasts that live side by side. The interest in the power of business and government and the powerlessness of citizens gets painfully clear in this case. The planting of an apple tree was a great tangible thing that connects us to the notion of home when it's at stake. The winner of Best Short Film is 300 Meter Gasweiler Tagebau 2, directed by Ivo Ziegler.
Thank you so much. Please stay with me as we welcome Ivo, that I know is here. Welcome. So, Best Short Film. Congratulations. Can you tell us what inspired you for the making of this film? film?
I want to expand me.
Yes.
Well, I live very close to the mines, actually. I live in Cologne. It's like half an hour with the car. And so when you live there, you kind of know that these things exist. And yeah, then I went there. Oh, yeah, maybe I should use it. Then I went there by accident for the first time and saw these crazy landscapes and thought, wow, this looks so weird and terrifying. And yeah, I kind of instantly knew that I wanted to make a movie out of it and wanted to show it to more people around Germany and yeah, hopefully maybe also around the world. Yeah.
Yes, and this probably is just the first of many prizes to come. So
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on. All right. Now we have the category of Best Animation Short Film, and I'm going to call on stage to help me out my new buddy, Tom Fullery. Okay, so here we go, Tom. So I know that you also have an honorable mention.
Yes.
And I will help out with the envelope. And here we are.
Made with a splendid animating technique, taking inspiration from real life, this film tells in a poetic but realistic way a story of nature's resilience. The interesting use of sound design without music manages to grip our focus and attention as audience members. I believe this is a worthy mission of an animated short film, and so we, the jury, felt this film was deserving of an honorable mention. The honorable mention for Best Animated Short Film goes to Tilly Wallace's Wings for Butterflies.
Well done. Okay. And now we can move on to the winner of the Best Animation Short.
And I think she's a Brit as well, so that's for you, Tilly. Now for the winner of the Best Animated Short Film, which made me cry when I watched it. We all believe this to be a truly beautiful film. It encapsulated a love for the natural world and for humanity and our relationship with animals. The animation was stunning, the storytelling divine, the music and sound design so well tempered, and the emotional resonance very affecting. Stories like this one will give hope to many about the future of our connection to nature, and so we feel it was deserving of the top prize in this category. The winner of the Best Animated Short Film is Slipping Away by Gabriel Heno Lefebvre.
But I believe we had a video message.
Hello, Innsbruck. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to participate in the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival. I wrote this story in memory of my grandma, so I'm so happy if the people of Innsbruck are touched by her. Thank you very much for this prize and for all the staff of the festival. Danke and Küsse an alle. Bye-bye.
All right, and we continue. I'll hold you here by my side for another award. Okay, and the award we are going to announce now is the Tiroler Tageszeitung Young Talent Short Film Award. So, let's move on. Always jury statement.
He seemed really nice, didn't he?
He does, he does.
I would like to meet him one day.
Oh, I'm sure you'll write a poem for his next animation.
The filmmakers of the Young Talent Award made such a powerful point in such a short time, which left us in awe. The animation and scape of the world building was stunning. The sound design and music served the story beautifully, and we ended up feeling very attached to our beautiful small protagonist. We believe this film will make many people rethink their meat consumption. We all agreed that this exciting work was well deserving of the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival Young Talent Award. The winner, directed by Camille Burles, Andrea Ciora, Lou Freilau, Manon Lambert, Clara Mesby, and Chloe Viala, the tour de force behind Little Things.
Congratulations. Congratulations. And I believe one of the filmmakers sent us a message.
Hello, it's Rack. I'm one of the Little Things directors. Thanks a lot from all the team. It's a real honor and we are very happy for this prize. When we made Little Things, we wanted to make a movie that can inspire by its song, its aesthetic, and its message. And this short means a lot to us in this environmental context. So we are very happy to see how it's managed to move spectators. So thank you again from all the team.
Thank you to your friends. And thank you, Tom, for helping me out. All right. Oh, now I'm very excited for this award because the person who's about to join me here is a legend of Austria and of his field. I joined the festival a few years ago and I always heard his name and I was excited to meet him, but I had to wait several years. And now I can meet my hero for the Christian Berger Cinematography Award, who's going to come and join me with his lovely and charming wife, American Green, for the announcement of his award, the award that holds his name. And I know we have also an honorable mention, so we can have you both on stage. Please welcome them. Thank you so much for joining us. And I will let you announce the honorable mention. There we are. There we go. It's functioning.
I'm just Marika Green, yes. Here I was not very active for this festival, but I'm just a wife. It's okay. Okay.
It's not okay. I'm just too shy to speak for myself, and I love if you mention that first prize, huh? And as you all know about cinematography, it's just to know where's the button to push and something else you speak about.
Ines T. Alvarez says in an interview about her film, Water of Pastaza, these children educate us, they make us confront the loss of knowledge and reflection of our childhood. Glasses are very bad. To what extent our infantility children with such protection so you feel that these children are not these others, but they are
They're us.
No.
They are us. Shall I?
Yeah.
Shall I steal the stage just to give my contribution? So. Yes. No. We're still on the honorable mention. So to continue the statement that is going to anticipate the honorable mention, she also notes that this film was made with a simple little camera and a microphone. With this, she succeeds in creating very straight images and situations. With this immediacy, she takes the content more important as a technique. The content is determining, shapes and makes the film. The technique has to follow. And I would like to add, Christian Berger says, her quality also lies in your ability to empathize with her focused attention of her sight on the children and what they are doing. I would not like to leave your film unmentioned in any case. And therefore, that is why we give the honorable mention to
Ines Alves, yeah.
For the film?
Ines Alves. Directed by Ines T. Alves.
And the film?
Waters of Pastaza.
Okay, thank you.
I can tell you in German it sounded beautiful.
And it had its poetry also in English. And now we have your award, and this is the statement to be read before we actually reveal the name.
Yours is the light, the landscapes, the animals, and the people. Marie, with her observations in the film, just as the photographer Vincent, through his alert passion with his images, just as the philosopher and writer Sylvain Desson with his words. With your direction, Marie and Vincent, you have created an important document, not only a film. Vincent says of Marie, she had a fresh look, a unique sensibility, and I appreciate her leopardic-like discretion. Her job was to follow us while forgetting herself, filming us without any staging, to get as close to reality as possible. It was truly worth it. And I'm happy and honored to give this award to both of you for this beautiful snow leopard.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Meunier avait fait de l'affût une esthétique en même temps qu'une philosophie. Il m'avait invité à l'accompagner au Tibet à la poursuite d'un être que je croyais disparu, la panthère des neiges.
Swirl as ears and rocks have eyes.
En fait, on est très indifférent au monde qui nous entoure, à peine conscient.
World is a bush full of fire.
Dans la nature, face à toi-même, tu peux pas tricher.
Nature loves to hide.
Meunier m'avait offert de soulever un coin du voile pour contempler l'errance des princes de la terre.
We are not alone.
Il nous a vu passer. Ouais, elle est là. Elle nous observe.
We are not alone.
Il y a quelque chose là. Là, c'est un saisissement du cœur. C'est tout ce à quoi on l'a lancé.
Can we have a video from Filmmakers?
Okay. Good evening, Austria. We would like to thank you very much for the Christian Berger Cinematography Award that the Panther won tonight. And sorry we could not come to see you because we are going to Italy to continue
to promote the film. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much for this prize. Yes, we are so happy, and we learned that it's a binocular from Swarovski, made in Austria. It's a very good tool, and the main tool for the wildlife cinematographer. So that will be so efficient for the next trip. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like to add something?
Yeah, it's not, I can only agree completely what we saw in the trailer, because it's in short way, everything's said, no? I think everybody agrees. And I think they have to carry now a heavy burden because they had so many prizes already. But I think they will handle it. I like them very much. And the film too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christian. Thank you very much. Because they're not here. Yeah, maybe we can do something virtual afterwards, something, use our imagination. Perhaps I'll see you guys in Italy since you said you're there. All right, okay, continuing, a prize we are very proud of that has been introduced last year by our curator, Katia Trippel, is the Wild Women Award. And here on stage, I would like to announce it. I would like to call here on stage Lisa Eder. Okay, you ready? And opening up the envelope. And there we go. Okay, you prefer your statement, not mine. All right, all right.
How far are humans allowed to interfere in nature? By taking it slow and leaving unanswered questions, the movie, the documentary, allows us to feel the absurdity of the outrageous enterprise, as well as the infinite sadness of this cruel uprooting. We get to see people torn between grief over lost nature and struggling for financial stability. The story is carried by powerful images in suspension, at times reminding of surrealist movies. They could almost be watching a tale, except all is true. And the final contemplation of the artificially rooted garden is all the more harrowing for it.
Okay, and the winner is
Teaming the Garden.
And we have a video message from the filmmaker.
Good evening. I'm super happy and extremely happy that Taming the Garden is receiving the Wild Women Award at Innsbruck Nature Film Festival. This beautiful title of this award, it feels like a real honor, and I'm very, very happy about it. I'm sad that I could not be at the festival. I was invited there, but because of my current work, it was actually impossible to travel there. I would have loved to be there with you and to share some experiences of making the film, which was a long journey. I mean, okay, some films take much longer, of course. We were working for about 4 years on this film with an amazing team, fantastic group of people who very much contribute to the making of the film the way it is right now. And I would like to thank them as well for their contribution. So enjoy your evening. Thank you very much once again to the festival, to the jury, and to the audience who came to see the film.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. All right, next up, we have a very fascinating award, the special award for the best film on the topic of the soil. So very important for a nature film festival. And on stage, I shall be joined by Thomas Graham, soil expert and inventor of the world's only award for the best film on the topic of the soil, connected to the government of Tyrol. So, are we ready to read the statement? Fantastic. Okay, here we go. And that's your mic.
Passion, enthusiasm, craziness. It is elusive what these guys are doing for their lives, their families, or the entire mankind. They have a mammoth vision to preserve permafrost soils. Not only soils, but permafrost soils. And they do everything they can and even more consequently to mitigate climate change. Their ups and downs are brought with great tactfulness and endurance to the screen. Therefore, the winner of the best film on the topic of soil 2022 is Pleistocene Park by Luke Griswold Curtis.
Hi, I'm Luke Griswold Turgis. It's a really big honor to be included in the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival, and it's an even bigger honor to get this award. After spending so many years slogging through Siberian mud, both literally and metaphorically, this award, Best Film About Soil, feels particularly appropriate. More importantly, frozen Arctic soils are the biggest terrestrial reservoir of carbon on our planet, and what happens to them is critically important. Let's hope they don't all turn to mud. Nikita Zimov is still there. I've been in contact with him. He's doing his best to hold it together. He had some pretty ambitious plans for Pleistocene Park that were just starting to get traction. That's all out the window now because of the war. They're in survival mode at this point, but they are still doing science. I also want to thank my editor, Maureen Gosling, and my producer, Jed Reif. This wouldn't have happened without them. Once again, thank you for including my film and for the award. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, next up we have the best film on the topic of agricultural biodiversity. And joining me now is Vice Principal of the University of Innsbruck, Professor Dr. Ulrich Panzer. Thank you for coming back and helping me out. And here we go. The statement. Thank you. And this is it. It's already on. Oh, it's been turned off. Ah, that's right.
Thank you. Who controls seeds controls life on Earth. That's why Vandana Shiva takes up to fight against the globally acting Monsanto Corporation, representing the gigantic superiority of industrial agriculture worldwide. It is corporations that determine prices, leach the soil at the expense of maximizing profits, accelerate climate change to bring cheap food to the market. It is a David versus Goliath battle that the Indian eco-activist is waging, and it has made her famous around the world. The Seeds of Vandana Shiva portrays her life journey, her solidarity with small farmers, her commitment to justice, and ultimately her dedication to the survival of people on this planet. And we are very proud that we can give a prize for this wonderful film. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, thank you. And the film is The Seeds of Vandana Shiva, as read in the statement. And I was sent a message from the director, Camilla Beckett, that I shall read to you. She says, "Thank you so much for the great award. We are so honored to receive this award. The Seeds of Vandana Shiva was a labor of love, and we are blessed to be receiving such a response to the film. Of course, all our credit goes to Dr. Shiva and her amazing work in agroecology. Our film is nothing without her trust and generosity to us as filmmakers. This is a beautiful film, and congratulations to the directors." All right. So as I mentioned on opening night, the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival is part of a very special network of other film festivals around the world that focus on the environment, the Green Film Network. And I would now leave the stage to Lisa Gierka, who is going to tell you more about the Green Film Network and also announce the winners. But we have to try to fetch her because she is also announcing one of these screenings of the films in another screening room. So how are we doing with on time? Okay, perhaps we can start seeing a little trailer of the Green Film Network, something of the sort, and then she might introduce. No? No? So I don't want to go to the last.
Why don't we switch to the grand prize for this environment?
Okay, fair enough. Let's do that. All right. So, grand prize for the best environmental documentary. This is one of our two most important prizes to feature films. And I would like to call on stage Stadtratin Ushi Schwarzo. Here again with me. Thank you so much. All right. Here we go. Mike and statement.
Will be a wrap. This is a story about the trees that we should never stop fighting for. The filmmakers shine a light on a problem that often goes unseen, but concerns every green corners of the world, including the ones closest to us. It dives down relentlessly to the roots of illegal deforestation and exposes in details the intricate systems that allow companies to destroy in the name of profit what are supposed to be protected areas. It reminds us that with bravery, it is always possible to hold the powerful of the mark and to strive for a better protection of the environment. The winner of the grand prize for the best environmental documentary is Wut, der geraubte Wald by Ebba Stinzinger and Michaela Kirst. And I'm very happy that we have so many female filmmakers in this year. It's very special and very wonderful.
Very
Congratulations.
And we can, and you can hand over the award. Do you have any curiosities for the filmmakers? Do you have any questions?
I hope I can see the film once again because I couldn't be here in the weekend because of some things I had to do with my family, not in Innsbruck, in another part of Austria. And where can I see it again?
We can send you a link.
Oh, thank you very much. And I will have the wrap.
No, we still have plenty more. It's too soon for a wrap. Okay, now I have a question for you ladies. How is it to work in tandem?
We were three of us actually.
Oh, okay.
There was also Monica Lazoran,
That's right.
She's a
That's
Romanian filmmaker. We were actually three female filmmakers doing that film together. And why we did that was, because we came from different angles and joined in the subject, but then at that time also, if you have seen the film, or who has seen the film sees that you have to react very fast. It's not a film where you can plan for months and years ahead. If EIA and Alexander von Bismarck decide this is the right moment to go in and do investigation, you have to go. And Monica and me at that time both had little children. So we had to kind of be a lot to cover that. And that worked, so.
Is this the first film you're working on together?
Sure. But it's also, it's a film about the care topic, in a certain way. How you can share and, make things happen.
Yes, definitely. How did deforestation get your attention in these regards?
It was actually Monica Lazoran Gorgan who wanted to make a film about Romania and Austrian companies. And then we developed a much bigger concept with Michaela, who made another shorter documentary with Bismarck, Alexander von Bismarck. And we thought that we should bring him to Romania and also make the film more global by what he does worldwide.
Yeah, we also think that, specifically, of course, the work of EIA and Alexander von Bismarck is very specific because they don't just do the investigation and the research, they really use the evidence to try for political change and really also for, the change of laws. Which, for example, the United States have one of the harshest wood import laws in the world, which nobody would, you wouldn't think that it would be the US, but it has been done, through their work and also the political alliances they could do. And I think that is really important, that's why I'm so fascinated, to do two films with the same character, because I think that's very rare, that somebody doesn't just say, hey, we need attention for the subject, but he actually really goes down. He goes, his office is actually pretty close to the Hill in DC, in Washington. So he really does all that political stuff also, which, obviously his name, Alexander von Bismarck, helps a little. So.
Little lot. Okay, well done. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, team members, how are we doing with the Green Film Network? Did we manage to fetch Lisa? We have Johannes on behalf of them, right?
Good evening from my side. I'm not a representative of Greenfield Network, but I want to tell you something about this network because it is an unusual association which was founded more than 10 years ago in Turin when several film festival directors met. All of them did a film festival on environment, on nature, on their own, and they learned that they are not alone in the end. There is Gaetano in Torino, there was Miriam Gast in Paris, and Vasanti, for example, in New Delhi, in India, Eleonore Isunza in Mexico, and everybody of them created in a different way a nature and environmental film festival. And then we remarked that nobody of them is alone, that there are in different countries, different approaches, but all with the same goal. And so, thanks to Gaetano Capizzi from Turin in Italy, we could create an association to bring together all these festivals, to make a knowledge transfer, to exchange about films, and to support film festivals which are in trouble, maybe because of political problems in their country. We have also film festivals, for one in Iran, for example, and it is not evident at all that the festivals can be done every year and in circumstances like we are used to. So the Green Film Network was born, and for the first 10 years, the seat of the office was in Turin. Gaetano was so nice to host the Green Film Network in his office of Cinema Ambiente, and it could develop, it could grow, and we became more than 30 film festivals all over the world spread, who could exchange, who could create committees to different topics, and who could finally also create the prize for the best film of all the festivals. After 10 years, Gaetano had so much work with this association that we had to look for another solution. And we discussed a long time, 3 years ago now, all together via Zoom. And finally there was a lot of political stuff to be discussed too, because the first idea was to bring it to the United States. Peter O'Brien from Washington, D.C., who run the festival there, proposed to give a host to this association. But immediately the representative of Iran said, well, that will be impossible for us to be further on part with you. And so we discussed, and I allowed myself to remember all that Austria is a neutral state, still a neutral nation, and that the possibility might be here to bring the seat of the headquarters of the Greenfield Network to Innsbruck. It was a short talk with the mayor of Innsbruck. It was a short talk with the governor of the Land Tirol and with the tourist board of Innsbruck. And within 2 weeks, everything was sealed, and we could start this change from Turin to Innsbruck, and now the headquarters are in Innsbruck. And I'm very, very happy that my former right hand for the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival, Lisa Jelke, could be one to be the manager of this Green Film Network. And I'm very happy that you're here, Lisa, and I switch to
Thank you. Welcome, Lisa. I leave the stage to you.
That's
real multitasking, I have to say. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, from my side, I'm really sorry. My name is Lisa Jick, and I'm, as Johannes said, the manager of the Green Film Network. It's mentioned a lot lately. I haven't been here, so I don't know what you explained already. But let me just give you some quick information about the network, right? It was founded in 2013, so almost 10 years ago. And we're currently representing 31 member film festivals from around the globe, and including the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival, of course. And did you know 2 years ago, as Johannes just said at the very end, thanks to the many efforts of Johannes Kostenzer, but also thanks to the support of the city of Innsbruck and the government of Tyrol, the network could transfer its headquarters to Innsbruck. Innsbruck is literally at the very heart of nature and environmental film all year long, but especially tonight, of course. And in 2014, there was the Green Film Network Award was introduced as an equivalent to the Oscars, honoring the most inspiring and impactful works of environmental cinema. So each member festival is eligible to nominate a film, and a multinational jury decides on the winners, which are then honored with the titles of Best Short Green Film and Best Feature Green Film 2022. So the most excellent films of all festivals, so to say. So in previous years, the award has been traveling a lot to Paris, Zaragoza, Dominican Republic, San Francisco, Toronto, Sea, and this year is the 8th edition, and it's hosted by the wonderful Innsbruck Nature Film Festival, and I would really like to thank our friends and partners that they have us here as guests. So that was the basic information that I wanted to give you about the network. But let us start with the announcement of the winners. We start with the Best Short Green Film. There were 9 nominations, and when the international jury decided on the winner, that's what they said. Tackling grueling taboos with the innocence and curiosity of a child, what a clever, uncovering, and loving tribute to a free way of life and unrestricted society. We are honored to give this year's Green Film Network Award for Best Short Green Film to that animation, and want to thank the filmmaker for taking us with him on that truly joyful excursion into nature. And the winner is Dans la Nature by Marcel Barrelli.
Dans la nature, un couple, c'est un mâle et une femelle. Mais pas toujours. Un couple, c'est aussi une femelle et une femelle. Ou un mâle et un mâle.
Yes, our heartfelt congratulations to Marcel Barelli from Geneva, and he has made a short video for you tonight because you can't be here.
Marcel Barelli, the director of Dans la Nature, and his short message is for thank you for the award, for the Green Film Award. That's wow, amazing. That's so cool. And my producer and my screenwriter, thanks to you too, and my daughter too, because she has done the voiceover. But that's so cool for just a little film like this. And yeah, I'm very happy that the film get this award. to anyone today, probably just dance.
Yes, congratulations to Marcel Barelli and his small production team in Geneva. As you can see, he's a very spontaneous and funny guy, and maybe some of you remember that he has already won a prize for a short film here at the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival. So we move on to the second and last category. It's the announcement of the feature documentary, the Green Film Network Award for the Best Feature Green Film. There were 16 nominations, and the jury statement is: thanks to extraordinary skills of processing and visualizing immense amounts of information and argumentations, this documentary delivers comprehensive insights into the complex issues of climate change and food security. Not least, its overwhelming pictures and impressive production quality contribute to our conviction that this is the merited winner of the Green Film Network Award for Best Green Feature Film 2022. So as you can see, it is Eating Our Way to Extinction, directed by Otto and Ludo Brockway. And it was actually Till Dietsche from the Member Festival in Kiel, Germany. Till Dietsche nominated this film, and we're very thankful for having this film. But let's hear what Till says.
Hi, this is Till from the Cinema International Ocean Film Festival in Kiel. Eating Our Way to Extinction won the Ocean Conservation Award, as well as the Deutscher Meeresfilmpreis, the grand award at our festival this year. So we recommended it for the GFN Award, which is something truly special. When festivals from all over the world get together to award one film, and this year, this award goes to Eating Our Way to Extinction. And I'm super happy for this. I'm super stoked. This is a fantastic film, super nice filmmakers, such an important story, so very well deserved. Congratulations. I would also like to thank all my colleagues from the GFN festivals who took part in this and picked the film. Thank you to the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival for hosting this wonderful award. And you, dear audience, please enjoy the film and maybe eat some veggies tonight.
Really well done to Otto and Ludo Brockway and their production company, Rockstar in London. Well, that was from me and from the Green Film Network Awards 2022. I would like to thank you, the audience, for the appreciation of the work, and again also for the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival for hosting us. So, may I take it back to
You've done a marvelous speech. Thank you. All right, so to our last and exciting prize, the grand prize for the best nature documentary. On stage with me, Juliette Cavagna and my darling Johannes. Okay. So I know we have an honorable mention before announcing the actual winner, and Juliette, you'll be announcing it, right? So. Yes? Yes, we have something else to add. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry for bringing this confusion up, but we actually forgot to have a look at the trailer and also to have a look at the message that Ludo Brockway sent. So
Please.
I'm really sorry about that.
Change of scenery.
Our Earth. Ever in flow and motion. A dynamic symphony of forces, all working together. But in recent years, it's beginning to become clear that our world is poorly prepared to cope. And time is running out.
Every continent is burning. People are losing their homes, ecosystems are being destroyed. We're now over the line. Over 26,000 species are currently threatened with extinction. It doesn't even make the headlines. No one even knows about it.
There seem to be some serious conflicts of interest going on.
The industry is just concerned with growth. This was the elephant in the room no one wanted to talk about. I want others to see for themselves. This is what we've got. This little blue miracle.
This planet is our home, and it is up to us what happens now. History has shown that when we stand together, we can achieve great things. The clock is ticking.
At the Green Film Network. I'm Ludo Brockway. I co-directed Eating Our Way to Extinction with my brother, also Brockway. We are totally blown away to receive such a prestigious award. I can't thank you guys enough. I hope you guys are having a magnificent evening. And I'm very sorry we couldn't be there with you to share this moment. As a director of photography at heart, I have been very lucky to have traveled the world far and wide. It's taken me from mountain ranges to the Arctic icy seas, arid deserts, and to the subtropical rainforests. And what I've seen and experienced is that the world is a place of true beauty. It really is both magnificent, but it is also incredibly precious. It's an intricate system of independent building blocks. Shift the pattern, disrupt the balance, and the structures begin to crumble. And sadly, they are. I've witnessed over 2 decades of filming the accelerating loss of biodiversity, from vast forests falling silent of biodiversity and wildlife, oceans becoming lifeless, glaciers diminishing, and even our subtropical rainforests becoming void of all birdsong. And this is happening in our lifetime. One of the most majestic places I've ever filmed at and experienced is the Amazon rainforest. It is a place of great wisdom, with many of the trees being over 1,000 years old. And each tree in the Amazon is a biosphere and an ecosystem to a world of life. It is home to hundreds of thousands of insects, to reptiles, to birds, and each one calling it their home. And having witnessed the deforestation of these trees being cut down is beyond heartbreaking. When these trees begin to fall, it sounds like an earthquake going off all around you. The ground rumbles, and it's like a thunderstorm of sounds echoing through the woods. And then, boom, silence. Gone. Their world gone. And the number one driver of this is animal agriculture. We have currently lost 50% of our subtropical rainforests. And at the current rate of deforestation, we are only going to have 10% left in just 7 years. This is the lungs of our earth, our lungs. Our aim in making Eating Our Way to Extinction is to deliver a message we hope will inform a global audience to make more informed decisions about the foods that they eat. It's that simple, it's that crucial, and it's that urgent. It's a choice that can have a major impact on all of our lives and on all of the lives and the natural systems of which we rely on. It's not the planet needs it, the planet is dependent on it.
Okay, thank you, Lisa, for reminding us to watch this very meaningful statement of the director. And now, to our final award. We left off with the honorable mention. Where's the mic? Lisa, she brought it with her. Bit of dynamics on stage. Here we go. All right.
So yeah. So this documentary has a strong untold story that is giving the viewers the freedom to choose their way to interpret it and allows them to focus on the mainly social and environmental aspects depicted in it. This in fact makes the viewer's interaction with the movie even more private and immersive. The interaction of youth and children with nature and the wilderness is an important topic, and the director succeeded to present the different aspects to it, especially highlighting the life in remote communities. The idea, alongside with the technical nuances, are strong, and this is why we wanted to give an honorable mention to The Waters of Pastaza, I hope I say that right, by Inesti Alves.
Thank you, Julia. And Johannes. All right, we finally arrived.
There is still one prize missing, I think.
Yes, the one. You want to take a seat? Okay. Why does everyone always leave me? All right,
Wow.
so, Johannes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the statement of the jury. The film immerses us in a wonderful alien world and tells a touching story of a man who follows his dream and finds it in the ocean. A film about a fabulous human-animal relationship that does not hide the drama of the current state of nature, but at the same time manages to give hope. The message of the film could hardly be more important at this time. Humans are not a species separated from the environment, but always have been part of nature and remain intimately connected to it. A heartwarming documentary with magical moments and incredible images that ends in a beautiful dream. And the winner for the grand prize for the best nature documentary is Patrick and the Whale, directed by Mark Fletcher and produced by Wolfgang Knöppler.
Well done. This is our opening film. Johannes, you want to give a prize to Wolfgang? Thank you for your beautiful film. If you want to say anything at all.
Yeah, this comes as a total surprise because there are so many absolutely fabulous and amazing documentaries. And for me, this was a film through all the hardship, and we see it in these films as well, in the dystopian world we live in. I said, I need to do something for my soul and for my heart. And I thank Tara Martin, and especially Walter Köhler, the CEO, to make it possible. And, you know, when they told me yesterday, because the opening film, the screening was sold out, that the cinema received so many phone calls for another screening. So the day there was another screening, that was already the biggest award for me. So to get this one, I'm totally overwhelmed, and thank you so much to the festival, to the jury, and all the filmmakers. I'm truly humbled. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your film. Well done. Really interesting. Okay. So, now that the winners have been announced, I would like to add another film to this roster of enlightening motion pictures for the year 2022. And do not worry, because I'm not compromising the awards, because the movie I would like to bring to your attention is not part of the festival lineup. Forgive me, Katja. It was released a few decades ago, in 1973, but it is set in 2022, our year. The film is Soylent Green, if we can show it. And you might recognize Charlton Heston. So, Patrick, I am bringing a bit of dystopia right now. So, what is Soylent Green? It's the mysterious source of nourishment for the population that lives in this dystopian setting, but I will not give any spoilers to you if you haven't seen the film, nor will I indulge on the plot. I will simply share the setting in which the story takes place. We are in an overpopulated New York City with 40 million people, coping with severe worldwide shortages of food, water, and housing. I did not pick this film because I'm a fan of catastrophic scenarios, especially since this festival edition opened with such an uplifting film, and we also closed it with the same film. But I wanted to bring it to your attention because Soylent Green serves as a powerful warning. Last year, I saluted you with a parallel between Dante's Divine Comedy and the COVID pandemic. I saw 2020 as the year of the Inferno. I saw 2021 as purgatory and was hoping for 2022, the year of Soylent Green, to be paradise. But it seems like that heavenly sphere is still very far from us. We are not yet in the scenario predicted by Soylent Green, fingers crossed, but definitely we are far from an idyllic realm. You can move on with the slide. And therefore, this film might be useful, and in general, it might be useful for all of us to take one last journey down to hell as a reminder of the consequences of our misconducts. And this time it won't be with Dante. For opening, I tributed Wales, New Zealand, last year Italy, always my beloved Austria. This time I want to tribute my dear friends from France, and I will do it with a philosopher that is very dear to me that Johannes mentioned during opening night, who is Jean-Paul Sartre, an existentialist. And he actually stayed here in Innsbruck at the Golden Adler Hotel, and you can see the plaque outside as you wander around the town. So amongst Jean-Paul Sartre's various publications, you might have heard about his play called No Exit, that takes place in hell, which is represented as a simple room. 3 damned souls are brought in here and locked inside by a mysterious valet. They all expect to be tortured at some point, but no one ever shows up. Instead, they realize that they are the ones who will probe each other's sins and unpleasant remembrances. They gradually apprehend how the other can be source of distress. In fact, one of them at the end blurts out, "Hell is other people." I'm sure you've heard this phrase before. That has often been misunderstood because this expression contains a more profound meaning than simply projecting the blame on others. The characters in Sartre's play end up in hell because of the decisions they made, and they have a concern for the world only to the extent to which it services their needs. And this is something all of us have a tendency to do. We often allow ourselves to be guided by Fremdschämen, the act of being embarrassed for others. And we might even end up feeling Schadenfreude, the pleasure that derives from the misfortune of others. We construct a hell for ourselves when we refuse to take responsibility for our own actions, leaving us at the mercy of the opinions of others and convince ourselves that hell is other people. And this connects with one of Jean-Paul Sartre's main ideas. He believed that most of our decisions are taken in bad faith. This is because we choose to believe that we are not free to decide for ourselves and that we are somehow following an already written script. And yes, we are at a film festival, but we are not characters from a movie. Out here in the real world, we are all storytellers, and we act in bad faith when we are making excuses for not changing the narrative. And I feel this can be applied to the way we are treating the planet. We do have the freedom that Sartre was reminding us about to change the way things are. We can turn the light off before leaving a room, reduce the meat in our diet, as we saw with the film that won the Green Film Network Award. Ditch single-use products, turn off the tap to save water, switch to renewable energy. We can reuse, recycle, and make a variety of choices that benefit our world. You see, if Sartre imagined hell as a room, I would like to envision our Earth as a stupendous mansion that we inhabit with other housemates from the plant and animal kingdoms, and it is the job of every single one of us tenants to keep it clean and running in the best possible way. We must take responsibility for what goes on within our home and, ça va sans dire, leave bad faith beyond the threshold. So, as Tom would say, this is a wrap. We can call it a wrap for the 21st edition of the Innsbruck Nature Film Festival. Thank you so much for joining us throughout tonight. There will now be some refreshments outside, and we will then be moving next door to Bar Colors on the right side of Metropole Cinema. Danke.
Ton immer kappen, ne? Ich glaube, bei den Filmen ist es nicht gekommen, die Einblendung.
Nein, das passt ja.
Mhm.
Aber beim
sonst,
Reden, ja.
Beim Reden her ist immer alles